morning, unicorns. Happy Monday, March 8th, 2021. Today is the 10th week. This week is the 10th week of the third quarter. Welcome. A little bit of a bittersweet time, right? Today is actually the last advisory period that we will have for this school year. Because with the remote learning and in-person learning, what we call the hybrid schedule, meaning two schedules existing in one, we will no longer have the advisory schedule. So I just want you all to really make sure that you do take this time to talk to your teachers, talk to your advisory teachers, get your grades together, because really and honestly, these next 2 days, today and tomorrow, are the last days you will have in front of your teachers, okay? So I'm going to give you a lot of information today. I need you all to make sure that you are paying attention, and if you have any questions, you can absolutely ask your teachers or you can send me an email. There's a lot to share, and so I can understand why folks will be confused and why there's just a lot to share. And I want you all to be clear so you know how to move, okay? Because these next couple of days are crucial for many of you. Okay, couple of things. One, we are still in math benchmark testing that is still happening today and tomorrow. And then we will start makeups on Wednesday and Thursday. If you miss any one of those assessments, you must still log in on Wednesday and Thursday to take your assessments. That is crucial. And it's especially crucial because there is no remote learning happening on Wednesday and Thursday. So Miss Vite will be sending you all a link to her makeup testing remote learning class so you can take either your math or your ELA benchmarks. The deadline to take the benchmark assessments is Thursday afternoon, okay? So if by that time you have not completed your benchmarks, that means that you have a deficiency on your transcripts and you are a potential retention risk. It is required that you all take your assessments during the school year in order to make sure that you are meeting the qualifications to move forward. So please make sure that you are paying attention to that and really trying to get your assessments done in class. So be on time, be here. It's just that important, okay? So as we are preparing for the benchmarks, the other thing I want you all to keep in mind is that we will have no class on Wednesday and Thursday. I know I just said it, but I want to say it again. However, this is very important. In order to get the credit for your attendance for Wednesday and Thursday, you must show up to first period class. Your first period teacher will then mark you as absent or mark you as present or absent, and that attendance code will remain for the rest of the day. Okay, so it's very important that you wake up, that you get up, that you're on time. Your teachers will not be around forever. They will really only be open. The Zoom link will only be open, I'm going to say, for about 30 minutes. And then they need to go off and do their thing. They have these 2 days to prepare the classrooms for those students who are returning on March 22nd. Okay, so that's why we're going asynchronous on Wednesday and Thursdays, because it's giving teachers an opportunity to work in classrooms that they haven't been in a whole year. Okay, so your teachers are returning to campus on Wednesday and they will be here moving forward on campus. Okay, so they need that time to prepare. So very important that they get that time, but we also too need to give you credit for being in school. And so only in the first period will that credit be given. So very important that you show up for first period classes on Wednesday and Thursday so that we can mark you as present or absent. Okay. In addition to that, because it's async, it does not mean that there's nothing to do, right? It is the end of the quarter. It is end of quarter 3. These are the last few days before the quarter ends. So keep in mind that all 7 of your teachers will be posting the asynchronous work on their notebooks. So on Wednesday and on Thursday, you check into first period and then you go to your first period teacher's notebook and you start working on your first period teacher's work, right? It's Wednesday, so we have all periods. Then you go to your second period teacher and you check their notebook and you complete that assignment. Then you go to your third period class and you complete that assignment. Then you go to your fourth, 5th, 6th and 7th period class and you complete those assignments. Then on Thursday, your teachers will also have assignments posted for those who have class on Thursday. So on Thursdays, we see periods 1, 3, and 5, right? So you'll go to those period classrooms on Thursday and check to see was the Thursday asynchronous work for those periods. That will then complete your week. Okay, there is no school for students on Friday. Friday is grading day. So that is that's it. The quarter ends Thursday, okay? And remember, for many of you, this quarter is really the swing quarter, the determining quarter that determines if you're going to potentially be retained or not. We make these decisions in the fourth quarter, but not once the fourth quarter is done. We don't have time. We base it on first, second, and third quarter, and then we go into fourth quarter and try to give as much makeup opportunities to folks as we can, but we cannot extend that for far into fourth quarter. So really, this is the last quarter to really get your life in order. So please get it in order as we prepare to make these decisions about which students have earned the right to go forward and which ones need to potentially do another turn at the grade that they're currently in. Okay. What else? I think that's it for you guys, really. And honestly, you need to have those conversations with your teachers today about missing work. How do they want you? Are they accepting missing work this week? How are they accepting? And what's the last deadline that they will take any missing work to boost that grade up? Go now, check your grades, and have those conversations with your teachers. You check into your advisory. You tell your advisory, I need to go see teacher A, B, and C. Is it all right if I go over to their link? Get permission, okay? You can also, submit an email, right, and put it in writing. Is it all right if I turn this assignment in by Wednesday? Is it okay? But remember, just because you're working on missing work doesn't mean that you don't still have asynchronous work to do. The asynchronous work really is in addition to any missing work you have. That's why it's really important not to wait till the last minute in the quarter to turn in your work. Okay, if your teachers are allowing you to turn in missing work, you should be very grateful because they don't have to do that. It really is just them trying to be gracious to you. So please make sure you are keeping that in mind. It is optional. They can say, I'm sorry, I'm done taking missing work. You can complete these assignments for your asynchronous work, and I'll count that toward the third quarter grade. But it really is important that you all have that conversation. I'm sure that your teachers are going to give you that information, okay? It's really important that we all remember that Monday, March 22nd, is the first day on campus, okay? So next week is spring break, okay? So we're Friday, no school. Then all next week, we're out for spring break. It's time to rest. It's time to recuperate. It's time to really get ourselves together because we are coming back on Monday, March 22nd for our return to school for those students who are returning to school. I will tell you about right now, we have about 110 students who are returning and about 100 who are staying remote. So we really are very split. We have about 60 families we have not heard from, and we need to hear from you. So students, please check in with your parents to see if they have responded to the phone calls from the school about if they're going to be remote or if they're going to be, if you're going to be at home. This really is a decision for your parents to make, as they are the ones who will have to deal with the supporting of you and all of that. So please make sure you're having those conversations with your parents, okay? When we come back on Monday, March 22nd, a couple of things. One, we all must be masked. We all must stay 6 feet away. If you are feeling ill or sick with any symptoms of illness, you need to stay home. I cannot say that harshly enough. You need to stay home. If you're not feeling well, stay home. You can join in the afternoon for remote learning. It is not a detriment if you don't show up. You will keep us all safe by just staying at home if you are not feeling well in any capacity. Everyone must wear their mask at all times in the building. So I highly recommend that you all get used to having a mask on. It does take a little bit of an adjustment, but it's not anything that you can't handle or deal with. The folks here on campus have been doing this for now a year now, and we are fine. The only time I take my mask off is when I'm in my office with no other folks and doors are closed, and to record these messages, for example. But outside of that, my mask is on anytime I'm outside of my office. The same will go to you. Unfortunately, you all don't have offices, so you all will have to keep your mask on at all times, in terms of dress code, it's a little bit more relaxed. I'm not going to harshly enforce the uniform policy. However, if you do have your uniform and you have one that fits and you have one that's ready to go, we prefer that you wear that. If you have not gone uniform shopping, it's not a huge deal. Just make sure you are dressed appropriately for school. We are still reducing the color red here. We do not rock whole red outfits or represent red here on campus, because this is territory that we know that is gang associated, and we do not want any of that messaging on our campus. I'm just going to be very clear and honest with you. And if you cannot abide by those rules, I have a whole clothing bank here ready, and you'll get what I give you. So please make sure that you are dressing appropriately for school. We do not wear spaghetti neck or really short shorts or pajamas or chanclas. We cannot wear chanclas at school. You must have full gym shoes on, something that covers your feet. The reason why we do that is for safety, right? We want to keep your toes. If something falls on your toes, like a chair or a book, it could very easily break one of your toes. And we don't want to put any of our students at risk. That's why we don't wear shoes like that on campus. So please heed my words. Otherwise, your return back to campus will not be as fun as you think it's going to be. And I'm going to say this again because I want it to be clear. You are not returning back to the campus that you left, right? We are escorting students at all points in time in this building. You will not ever be left unsupervised at any given point in this building, from being escorted to the restroom, from being escorted to your classes. We will all be very, very tight on our students. So just keep those things in mind as you make your decisions about whether a return is what you really want to do, okay? But we will accept, and we are open to accepting all students. We're glad. We will be happy to see you, but we will be instituting extreme mitigation, right? That's the COVID strategies to keep you all safe. So this is not to be mean. It's not to be controlling. It's for safety. And so I need you to understand that every decision that we make, every instruction that we give you is all rooted around keeping this entire campus safe, okay? Woo! All right. So I think with that being said, that's all I have for you today. I am a little bit sad that this is the last recording message. You probably are sick of me, but that's okay. You'll hear me on the intercoms instead. And I think what we will do is just also to continue to record a message for our remote students and give those to your the first period teacher that you see for the day, just so you guys can have some information about how things are going and updates about big important announcements. We are all AZ merit testing, and that is all on campus. And so we all will need to get to campus at some point, and we'll have more information to share with you regarding that in the week as we return back from campus from spring break, okay? I want you all to have a really great spring break. I really, really do. I really want you to spend this time with family, spend these last moments resting, and because when we come back, it will be a very fast fourth quarter. There's so much to look forward to. We have to start planning our 8th grade promotion. We have an award assembly for this quarter to start planning for. And so we want to do all of those things, but we want to do them very safely. And so it is going to take all of us working together as a team. Okay. I know we can do it. I have so much faith in you. I am excited to see those of you that return. And I will still always be here for those of you that do decide to stay at home. Okay. All right. You all take care. Okay. Have a great week. If you need me, you email me, please. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care.